There we are for my fourth race in the Rookie Series, Global Mazda MX-5 Cup at Summit Point. Qualifying was good, I've been training, and I managed second place on the grid. Reasonable strength of field, although not desperately confident, considering my lap times aren't brilliant. My pace is pretty slow, but managed to qualify second, so let's see how we do. Well, interesting start. The guy at the front didn't go anywhere. The guy at the back didn't go anywhere. So I managed to get a good start at least in pole position. And at this point, I'm starting to panic already. I can see that guy on my right with the orange car. And that first corner is pretty ropey for everybody going through there because you're on cold tyres and you're trying to push it. So sliding around happens quite a lot, but I've managed to stretch out in front by a few car lengths and get a bit of a lead. Unfortunately, that gravel trap seems to be a magnetic force for my car. I slowed down too much there and let the guy through, however, he was really pushing on cold tyres and I thought, you know what, I'm not pushing on cold tyres, and that's exactly why. Off he goes, I'm at first, he comes back onto the track miles behind. Now there's clearly been an incident behind me at some point because I'm so far ahead now, it's ridiculous. I'm just hoping that I can settle down into a nice rhythm. Now you can see there's a chap behind me. And he's already getting bigger in my mirrors. He was quite quick and skipped a few laps that he spent catching me up. And at this point, with this guy who was, I don't know if you remember this guy, he was in pole position. He's managed to come out of the pits in front of me. Don't know what I was doing there, but flashed some nice artwork on the grass there. And so I've got this guy ahead of me who I know is fast because he started on pole. He's come out on cold tyres again though. And I've got a guy who is faster than me, let's admit it, right behind me. And for some reason, I decided to drive in the gravel again. So I'm still pretty inexperienced at this point. And I don't really have any racecraft at all. I've got moderate pace, but not really any racecraft. And I've got a guy who's clearly well versed in the track and has some pace. And you know what? I thought, you can have it. I'm not giving myself a problem when I've got the opportunities to finish on a podium without too much fuss, because I know that we're way ahead of third place. It's just us two, and there's the guy in front as well who's quite quick, and I'm just like, I'm not chasing a guy who can drive fast but spins off, and I'm not being chased by a guy who's got faster pace. I just don't see the benefit to my race result of trying to kind of chase and fight those two. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to chill out in second place. I'll take that. That would be a fantastic finish for me. I thought, you know what, I'll just drive and watch these guys. So I thought, okay, let's follow the camera now on the guy who is in 12th place, but in front of the leader, and possibly faster than the leader. Bearing in mind his first lap time was much better. His qualifying lap time was much better. And he's got good pace because the white car, whilst catching him up, is still not close enough to make a move. Orange, I was going to say orange went in the gravel there, so did I, so no comment. This is, if this was first, second and third, this would be quite a good battle and I might have put more into it. But as it stands, I'm in second and I'm not getting involved in what is inevitably going to be a bit of a scrappy affair between first and last place. Because last place, I think, probably has a bee in his bonnet, because he started on pole. You can see he's not in any way wanting White to pass him. He's really blocking them. Well, not blocking, that's not right. But he's definitely defending, because he went to the middle of the track to avoid draft and to kind of try and block the inside line. And this is kind of good for me because I'm able to close up the gap a bit. And closing up that gap means that I might have the opportunity to sneak up the inside behind White and get past the back marker, or if those two get into a bit of a battle, I might be able to nip past the White car as well. We'll see what happens, I guess. So at that point, that really caught me out there, and that's inexperience in driving, I think, because the White guy in front of me braked earlier and harder than I was expecting, because he's been fast through that corner. You can see there, I nearly went straight up his arse, and nobody wants to see that. So that set me back a bit, if I'm honest. Because not only it made me really wary going into more corners, so not only did it slow me down on that corner, it slowed me down a little bit generally for a few corners, because I was kind of thinking, well, I don't want to push it too far or get too close, because I don't want to drive in the back of either of these guys. And they're clearly fighting it out now. I mean, that orange car, he's got every right to fight for his position on track, but I don't see the point in risking 2 races on pride. Like, if you want to be proud of your racing ability, be proud of how well you train. See, both of them there fighting ended up going off the track, and through I go. And you know, it just goes to show sometimes there's no real benefit to pride. And as you can see, if you like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, then you can watch more of this scintillating content and listen to more of my dulcet tones, because we all know we need that in our lives. So I'm managing to stay ahead here, which is good. Now that I've got no one in front of me, I'm comfortable again. And I'm not going to lie, I mean, I've had a bit of a break from playing the game and recording and things in general, because A, life, B, I had COVID for a couple of weeks. In the end of September into October, I wasn't super ill, but I was just exhausted the whole time. I just had no motivation. I tried driving, I couldn't focus. I kept crashing and spinning off. So I thought, I'm not getting on track with other people and ruining their races because I can't drive, because I can't concentrate. And that was really frustrating. So I had a couple of weeks off and what have you, and I'm narrating this now. Is it November, start of November? So I've had a lot of races since this one, and looking back, I mean, I'm really pleased with how I did. Yeah, I got lucky, but luck is what we make of it. You know, I played the probabilities and managed to come through in first. However, White guy chasing me down again. I mean, he fluffs up a couple of corners whilst he's chasing me down, which saved me, really, because he was faster than me. He didn't deserve to win, because I drove a better race, But if you just look at flat out pace, he should have won. He just didn't drive an intelligent race, which is a real shame for him because he was clearly a better paced driver than me. But that's racing, isn't it? It's not just down to lap times. It's down to how you conduct yourself throughout the race and how you finish it. And there we go, my first pole position. My best qualifying ever in second. My best start ever in a race. And my best finish. And it's my fourth race. I was so pleased with myself. I was dancing about after that. And you can see, in terms of race pace, not brilliant, but fairly consistent, especially the last few laps. I was a bit slower, but more consistent. Anyway, let's watch the Batman highlights. So this was that first corner, and yeah, that was just messy. I mean, I've done a bit of research since this, because this really intrigued me. You can see the blue car brakes now, which is ridiculous. Why didn't he brake earlier? But then you think the timing is crazy. So little time. But they went into the vortex of death. I mean, that guy spun off there. This is why I was taking it easy on the cold tyres. The guy that spins off in front of me from pole nearly takes out two cars. I mean, the rejoins in rookies are phenomenal. I've never seen rejoins like it. These guys start doing ice skating. So a bit of a nudge there. He goes last. It was, when I was watching this back, this was brilliant. I watched this for, I was looking at these clips of this particular crash for about half an hour, because it was so, just like all the different views, it was magical. And then both of them failed completely to get back on the track in the first attempt and slid around on the grass even, although it was like glass. And then he goes and does it again, and it's just, yeah, had enough. Bye-bye. Oh, I sympathise with him as well. It was pretty sad, really. And then it's just like, rookies is brilliant for incidents, and I've done it myself. You're driving along on a nice sweeping bend, and you think this is lovely. And as soon as you think this is lovely, you just slide because you're not paying attention. And it's when you're trying to drive on the edge with no experience, it's just, you know, such fine margins. I mean, I feel sorry for that guy, belching smoke. He was the one that should have been in pole. I think he just kind of goes, bugger it. He put himself into the pits. We've got another slide there again. It's just amazing. Here we go. Here we go. He's going. He's going. He's going. He's going. Oh. Oh dear. Thanks very much for watching.